Hey guys, Cami here. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing well this week or this month and your financial journey is also going well. But today we are cash stuffing our very first paycheck for the month of April. I didn't set up my budget this month, as well as I didn't really tell you guys about my debt this month. I don't think I'm ever ready to really tell you guys that, but I'll start setting up budgets and show you guys the minimum payments of our debt next month. And I think we just gotta take baby steps when it comes to that, and then eventually maybe I'll be ready to show you guys the real numbers of our debt currently. My husband and I did sit down and narrow it down and did some financial planning and what we can do, as well as stuff that we can cut down and just everything in general. But before I start this video, I will say my husband got a new job, and you're probably like, what? He just got a new job at Target. What happened? Now, he did give his 2 weeks at Target and he still works there on demand, but he did start a new job and he works for another company, which gives him kind of like a salary, like a daily basis pay. Right now, as a trainee, he does get paid $140 a day. And you know, it varies on how long he works. Sometimes he works 6 hours, sometimes he works 8, but he doesn't get paid by the hour anymore. So it just really depends, but he gets paid daily now, which is just a weird adjustment for us. But he does get paid $140, which is roughly around $17 an hour if you do 8 hours. But he does come home pretty quickly sometimes, like sometimes 6 hours passes by and he's home. But his job does have milestones, so he can be a trainee and then a relief and then a merchandiser. I'm just not gonna say which company because I don't want to get in trouble or stuff like that. They seem really strict. But then a merchandiser, and the merchandiser, which is, he can get there around 6 to 8 months of working there. They get paid about $200 to $220 a day. So that's like $27 like max. So that's a lot of money, and he can also get raises as well depending on performance. So he got a really good job, and I was kind of hesitant at first in seeing what is going on, but I think it's pretty good. So that's like one good news for us. And also, since we had our financial talk, we are actually pulling Mia from daycare after April. So this is going to be her last month in daycare because we just can't afford it, because most of the debt that we had was honestly just trying to pay for daycare. Aside from other things, like we did expenses because we moved here to our new location and just inflation stuff, and like I thought like we'll have more money that month, so we used a credit card for more things. And then also most of those debt is really just irresponsible and just poor financial habits that was formed this past year. But also Mia's daycare, we can't afford, like we had to realistically say that we can't afford daycare because of our situation. And what's that gonna be is I'm just gonna pick up hours, like, you know, just make it work like a usual family does without the daycare. It's like when Mingo is home, because I'm on demand right now at Target, but I can still get up to 40 hours of work. But I'm just gonna be able to pick up the hours where my husband is home to watch Mia, since his schedule is more like on time than mine. Like, you know, I can't find the right words right now, but his schedule is consistent. There we go. Consistent more than me, so I can pick up the hours when I can. So there'll always be somebody watching her in the afternoon, which is my husband. And also I'm working on my shop. So the only thing about that, his new job, is that it's gonna be hard for me to go to conventions this year because he has a probation period, and actually that messes with the convention I'm lining up with in June. So I'm probably gonna have to cancel that one in June, and I'm not gonna be able to go as much as I wanted to this year. So maybe next year I'll be able to go more and just maybe save up on my inventory this year and focus more on what I really want to sell at conventions. So this year it's not really happening for me as far as conventions and markets, just because he does work on weekends and he's off on Wednesday and Thursday. And eventually, as a merchandiser, he'll be able to be off on weekends, but it's far along the way. I just have to be a little bit more flexible with my plans this year when it comes to that, because his income is a little bit more consistent than mine when it comes to the shop. But after all of that talk, we're finally gonna start cash stuffing our envelopes. So we are gonna go back to weekly pay again. So I know it's like back and forth, but we're gonna follow his paychecks and we're gonna get paid. And our estimate for weekly pay, including my shop, my target, and his job, is about 1,000. That's like our estimate for right now. And our minimum payments for debt is about $600 something. So I will also let you know that. So when you're watching my budget with me for May, you guys are not shocked, because that is how much it is. But we have plans like for rent. Like when our lease is up, we're gonna be living with our friends, which is basically like the roommates. We have 2 friends that we're living with, and we're gonna be living in a house because his parents are buying him a house and we're just paying them rent. So it'll be split 3 ways, which we will still pay more because we'll have more rooms than them, because they'll just have 1 room each, and we are requesting at least 2 rooms, so we'll pay more because we're having to need more space. So that's how we split our rooms when we have roommates, even before, just to be fair. But we are trying to cut down on different things, and we're gonna try to focus on either paying debt or saving money, because even my husband's dad said, like, actually that's probably a good idea to save as much money as you can, because he's also watching the dollar and the financial community, because he has like stocks and investments, because his retirement money is also invested in all of that. So I don't really know his financial side, but I know he is aware of everything that's going on. So he was like, yeah, save as much as you can and just throw some on debt and then just keep some money, you know. We will see with how everything is going on. But for rent, right now we are splitting it 4 ways. Everything is gonna get split 4 ways. We are putting 370, which is 1, 2, 3, 50 and 70. And our lease is up on September, so we have to move in September. So they'll be ready. I think they'll move in there earlier than we are, and they'll be there around August, so we'll be able to move in a little bit of our stuff at a time. So if you guys want to see any moving vlogs or see the new place, I will link my new vlogging channel, which is mainly like for art and also some life updates here and there as well. Not as heavily as I did before, maybe, I don't know, but I will link it down below, and all of my other stuff, like my shop, my sticker club rewards, I'll link those down below if you're interested. But for rent, we have 1, 2, 3, 50 and 70. And I did get questions when I'm gonna have June budget kits out. I plan to release them on Friday, April 14th. So I have some stuff that I kind of want to release during that time, but I don't think I will. So I'm just gonna focus on the budget kits, and then next week after that I'll release the other stuff that I'm thinking about if I don't get it all together released. Car is getting 50, which is our new van. I kind of want to show you guys like the outside of the van, but I kind of don't want to film that's kind of significant, like landmark and all of that. Not that I know anyone would like try to harm me, but you can never be too safe on the internet, especially with my daughter being a toddler now and not really being a baby anymore. Electric is getting 35. And here we have 20, 30, and 5 for electric. So I plan to pick up, like I plan to have at least 30 hours at work every week, and the rest is for my shop. So I will be picking up shifts on the afternoons or mornings on my husband's days off, which is Thursday, Friday, or Wednesday, Thursday. I still get confused, but hopefully it all works out. Everything works out. I'm really hoping here, because you just kind of have to change with the motion of the ocean. And I really appreciate all the kind comments on my last video about me being scared to share my debt. I still am. We're taking baby steps. Next month I'll share like our numbers, like minimum payments, which I already told you anyways. But next week I'll plan, or next month I'll plan my budget with you guys, and then maybe eventually I'll be able to tell you. Maybe. We will see. But everyone's Patreon money, by the way, that they subscribe to me this month is going straight to debt at the end of the month, and I will show you guys that later and which card we're doing that for. But here we have 10, 15, 16, 17, and 18 for Wi-Fi. Before, I would only use my Patreon for my own stuff, like buying my own stuff, and now I've done all of that. I think it's time to get a straight head on things and actually pay for things or save things. But yes, all of the Patreon money will go to So Wi-Fi gets 18. The numbers are so different now, so I keep looking at my notebook because I have like a little notebook here that breaks down all of my expenses, and I don't have everything memorized anymore. Insurance is getting 34. So our insurance did increase a little bit, like 30 bucks when we changed our car, because our car before was a Nissan Altima. It's like a 4-door thing. I think it's called a sedan, but now we have a van, and it's pretty like a minivan. It's pretty big still though, so the insurance changed. So here we have 10, 30, 1, 2, 3, and 4 for insurance, so that's why it changed. So that is it for this binder, and I'm not even thinking about when we'll resume stuffing for our sinking funds when this one is pretty much working for us and just saving for right now and paying bills. My phone is getting 27, 26, and 27. So here we have 25, 6, and 7 for my phone. And then my husband's phone gets $20. He also gets a company phone, which I haven't seen yet, but that's pretty weird. And that's how they kind of track you if you're at the job site that you need to be at. But that's my husband's phone. Subscriptions gets $9. I think that's all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. We have 5, 6, 7, 8, and $9 for subscriptions. And then we have 55 for gas. Now it's a lot for gas because I'm assuming we're gonna get, you know, paid. We're gonna have to put gas in weekly because his job requires him to drive a little bit, and they will reimburse him for gas. So that, I haven't calculated that, so I'm just estimating that we'll have to put in a tank full every week. So it's about $55, like $40 to $55 for him to fill up depending on the week. Like last time that he pumped, it was like $47, which was really good. But before it was like $54. So it just really depends. So that's like the range that we're on. So we have 50 and 5. Until I see a consistent amount of reimbursement, then I'll lower our gas to make up for that. And whatever he gets from gas this month, until I figure it out, we'll just put in, you know, either savings or debt. Diaper is getting that last 20 in there. We also are planning to finally start potty training. I'm not sure if it'll happen for us. I'm just gonna introduce the idea. We're gonna get like a little thing for Mia for potty training today and see if it works. If it doesn't, I'm not gonna try to force it. I think I already kept trying to try before, and you know, we bought her that little potty thing. It's just an individual thing. It just never worked out for her that she likes that, but I'm like using that other strategy now, the one where she sits on an actual toilet instead of like a toy toilet. So we'll see how that works. But that is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you on my next one. Thank you. Bye.